Yo, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to share with you how I was able to build a profitable personal brand at just 21 years old. Now, I don't want this to be a fluffy video that just talks about post content and follow your passion. That's not what we're doing. I want to show you how I built a coaching business that makes $30K a month and allows me to be in cool places like this.
I'm chilling here on a beach in Miami, and it's an early afternoon on a Monday.
I guess I should start with my story just to kind of give you a preface as to like how I got started, because really I built my personal brand by accident. I signed coaching clients from my content completely by accident. Okay, so it starts with really the agency I ran. You probably got into the same online business I did because we saw somebody like Iman or some big guru posting about it online. So I started a Facebook ads agency for realtors. And I didn't sign any clients for 8 months until I signed my very first client. And once I signed my first client, it became a snowball, right? I got a one-on-one mentor. I started scaling cold DMs. I started hiring setters. I was going crazy. And I ended up hitting first 10K month. And then a few months later, first 20, and then 25K month. And that alone is what solved the money constraint in my life. Like, as soon as I did that, I knew that I would never have a money problem again, ever in my life. But that wasn't the main issue, okay? If you're anything like me, you might have solved the money problem in your business already. But then you get another problem, right? We think money brings you happiness, it solves all your problems. It's not true. The problem after that becomes purpose, and that's the thing that killed me from the inside. I was running this agency, and listen, I freaking hated it. Okay, I was working with clients that I did not enjoy working with. These guys were 50-year-old realtors that'd been in the business for 20 years. I hated getting on calls with them. I hated delivering my service for them. It was freaking awful. So I ended up solving the money problem, but building a business that I hated. I knew there was a problem there. There was a disconnect. I felt like this resistance from actually growing the business. And so what I did is I said, you know what, Christian, screw this. I'm gonna take a 7-day trip to a cabin on a mountain in Georgia. What's going on? I got a little different style video today, vlog-ish style, and really I'm just making this video because I'm in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, isolated by myself for 7 days. And real quick, just so you guys could check this out, like look at the cabin I'm staying at. I am literally hanging off the side of the mountain. You guys see everything right there? There's like deer walking by. Like, this is probably the most peaceful I've ever been. And it's awesome. I love doing this type of stuff. And on that trip, I didn't talk to team. I didn't talk to any clients. The only reason for that trip was to be by myself watching deer pass by on the road to figure out what the hell I wanted to do with my life. And after this, I realized that the reason God put me on this earth, I truly believe, was to truly change the lives of other people, leave an actual impact. And the best way to do that I found is by running a coaching business that helps somebody that is just like you but a few steps behind you. That way you could bridge the knowledge gap, give them guidance. The same way throughout my entire business career, I've had mentors. I have now become the mentor. And so look, I didn't just figure this out on my own. Like, I was running my agency and I was posting a couple YouTube videos on the side, just documenting my process. And that's when people started reaching out to me for help. So I stumbled on coaching and consulting other people by accident, but that's why I'm here telling you that this is something you should actively pursue. I've had clients like Jacob, maybe you've seen him on my Instagram. He's doing 126 grand a month in his agency for realtors. And he came to me for the same exact reason. He wasn't fulfilled. He didn't like waking up on Monday mornings, getting to work with these people that he doesn't really care about. And that's the exact reason why we're starting a coaching business. So look, you're asking the question, well, Christian, that's great. I want to leave an impact, but how the hell do I do it? I'm about to give you a step-by-step blueprint. Okay, just follow this blueprint, take action on it, and you're going to start signing coaching clients so that you could slowly replace the agency income. Okay, before I do that, we're going to take a little cigar break and then take out your notepad and let's get to action to build the business and the personal brand of your dreams.
Je me souviens pas du moment précis à Cabo, sur une plage grise, les vagues s'écrasant sous un soleil flou. Et toi, mon amour impassible, rien à dire sauf...
Alright, so now we're gonna go over the 3-step blueprint that I followed. If you simply follow these 3 steps, you're gonna be able to scale, okay? So don't look at any other YouTube video, follow this, implement it, make a lot of money, and then come back to me, okay? The first thing that I did was create my offer. Now, I made a mistake here, actually. I ended up waiting to create my offer. I was still running my agency, I started posting a couple YouTube videos. One of the videos happened to blow up, and I had no offer behind it. I literally just threw out, I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars by not having an offer. So hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and create an offer before you actually go and start creating content. So how do we create an offer? Very common question. Well, your offer is taking you right now and serving an old version of yourself. All right, so let's take that example I just used. Let's say you're at 50K a month, and this old version of you is who you're gonna serve. The guy that was stuck at 10K a month, that was getting sales calls on the calendar, but maybe they weren't qualified, maybe they had a low show rate, a low close rate, maybe they weren't charging enough, maybe those were the problems you had at 10K a month, and you solved those to get to 50. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna help people that are struggling with those exact same problems, and they're gonna want to pay you. I mean, just imagine yourself at 10K a month. You would have paid a lot of money to get to 50 and solve those problems faster than learning it on your own. That's why coaching businesses work in the first place. So that's pretty much sums up everything you need to know about an offer. The last thing would be pricing, and that's very simple. Again, just ask yourself, how much would you have been willing to pay to solve the problems that old you had? When you figure that out, you could charge pricing, recurring versus paid in full. That's for a whole separate video, but just understand that offer section. Now, the next thing is content. People overcomplicate the hell out of content. You don't need to post on LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram. You simply need to pick one platform and go all in on one platform. You want to concentrate your focus on one thing. If you spread your focus thin, it only gives short waves of focus, if that makes sense. You want to have one beam of focus towards that one thing that you want to do. And for me, that's YouTube. That's the platform I pick. There's a reason behind it, and it's due to exposure. In order to get someone to buy your coaching, they need to be exposed to you for a certain amount of time, right? For every prospect, it's different. But what you need to understand is that making long form content will lead to more exposure faster. If you only consumed Instagram Reels from me, it might take you a year to trust me. But if you watch a couple YouTube videos, you might end up trusting me quicker. So I recommend you start on YouTube, pick one platform, go all in on it, and what you're gonna be talking about, right? I get this question, like, what content do I make? You're making content for that old version of you. You're solving problems. People say, like, what is value? It's alleviating pain. It's solving problems in your content. You give them what you did, your unique mechanism. Literally the process you use, give it all away. And they're gonna come to you for one-on-one guidance and help after they make money from your free stuff. So again, pick one platform, go all in on it, and solve problems for your old self. All right, now look, the final step is sales. And one very, very common misconception is thinking that when you start this, you're gonna be doing most of your selling on a sales call and not in the marketing. And it's the complete opposite. All of your selling will be done in the marketing. The best way to prove this is to understand, like, if you've ever bought a coaching program, if you've ever bought a mentorship, an event, whatever it is, you were sold on the guy and his personal brand and who he is as a person before you booked the sales call. Like, you made the decision to buy before booking a call. And that's how it should be with every single client. You should never get on a sales call again and ever hear, what do you do? How are you different? Who even are you? You should never ever hear that again. And I never deal with that in my own coaching business anymore. Every single sales call that I take is viewed as an enrollment call. These are people that know who I am to a T, they understand what I do, they understand how I'm different, and they already want to work with me. And when you get those level of sales calls, you don't need 2, 3, 5, 6 sales calls a day to get to 30, 40, 50K a month. You need 1, 2, 3 calls a week because these calls always show up and they always close. So understanding that mindset shift changed the game for me, right? I came from the agency space where booking 8 sales calls a day with cold DMs was normal. Getting a 40% show up rate and 15% close rate was normal. That's not the case anymore. So understand that. You want to be booking enrollment calls with people that are pre-sold, and most of your selling is going to be coming from your marketing itself. So once you understand that, develop your offer, develop your unique mechanism. What makes you different? Start focusing on one acquisition channel. I prefer YouTube, and stick with that for a long period of time. Most people, again, look for instant gratification. They look for immediate results. You need to see out the vision. You need to be doing this for months before expecting any return. And ultimately, you have to focus on sales. Now, to bring this all together and tie it back here, the number one reason that I scaled, tactics aside, story aside, anything that I've told you so far today aside, is by having somebody to guide me. The same reason that you're gonna start a coaching business to serve an old version of you, it's what I've done. At every stage, I've worked with people that are 3 steps, 5 steps ahead of me to get to where they are faster, to get direct access to them, work with them, and get there quicker. And it's been the best investment that I've ever made so far in my career. It's how I'm able to understand and have all this experience and knowledge behind me at just 21. And so if you wanna do the same thing, I'm telling you right now that you need to find a one-on-one mentor to help you build this out. If you want it to be me, it can. That's the most guru thing I've ever said. That's the worst thing. If you're serious about doing this, if you're sick and tired of the agency, of taking calls with people that you hate, of just building a business that you hate, and you seriously want to build a fulfilling business that makes the profit and gives you the freedom that you signed up for, why would you go and try it on your own, fail, run into problems, don't know the solutions, and take longer than you need to get to where you want to go? That shouldn't be the case. And so if you want my one-on-one help with this, you can go down below and check that out. And I hope you got value out of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.